to the PolyInnovator channel. So this is a video review, or maybe overview for the most part, of the Tomtoc Sling. This is the medium-sized one, and I don't remember the exact name. Actually, I should have looked that up before this video, but I just wanted to do a quick overview of this video because there's not a whole lot of them out there. And because of that, I was like, I should just make something quick for this because I love Tomtoc as a brand. So please, Tomtoc, anybody representing, let me know. And after using the Tomtoc Navigator backpack for a few different trips and just in general, I really like the brand. I really like having the same kind of brand too when it comes to having a smaller bag. I have a personal sling I use there from SanDisk, and that's great for everyday carry, but it's not really great when it comes to holding a whole bunch of tech, particularly my tablet, which I have right here, and it's an 11-inch tablet with technically a case on it, and it's not a big case, but it's enough to where it warrants having enough space for it. So I wanted to quickly go over the different dimensions of it too, just in use case, but it's big enough to have a 11-inch tablet in there. It's actually thick enough, I believe, to even have like my case for my little Game Boy too, for the Retroid Pocket. So just quickly going over it, I'm not necessarily great at doing, product reviews for travel bags, but you have the passport pocket in the back that's kind of hidden away. Definitely would use that for like my wallet, my phone. In the front, you have a pretty diverse pocket, if you will. You can't really see a whole lot in this lighting. Can I make this brighter maybe, actually? Yeah, there we go. So you have two kind of, not mesh, but just same material, the nylon material in their pockets, and then you also have the key ring, and that's probably pretty useful. I don't generally put my keys on these kind of things, but I feel like if I was trying to keep everything out of my pockets, that'd be really good. And it's not too deep. It's about the length of my fingers for the most part, which is probably good. It's basically down to here, and honestly, that way you don't have to dig too deep for something in there. But I can definitely see myself putting my headphones, some battery packs, and maybe even along the lines of my keys, and maybe even wallet if I want to have quick access to it. But with these really nice zippers too, this one's a pretty normal one, but I believe this is YKK here at the top, which is really nice, prevent that water from going in. I'm not always that worried about water going in, but it's one of those things where for the main zipper, especially where all the tech is going to be, you definitely want to have that. And just kind of continually going on around the outside, you do have these hook points, but some people talked about how they're too thick. I can definitely see that being the case, but you can always bend it if you really have a carabiner that's too small or something like that. But you can like hook a tripod to it. Actually, what I might do, and what I'm actually going to step away for a second. Yes, I got the dogs out. I'm sorry. So, pro tip. Shower curtain rods. You can buy these at the dollar store or at like Target for a few bucks, and these things are fantastic. Nice lock to it. So what I actually ended up doing is I have a little tripod here that's MagSafe for my phone, allowing you to, stick to it, that kind of thing. And what's really cool is that you can take this little shower curtain rod ring and put it on there and then hook it around this little latch right here. And a lot of people just don't think about it like that. And so it basically becomes a carabiner that's a lot cheaper for one part. But on top of that too, it's a little bit more accessible because a lot of carabiners you have to kind of go in and out, whereas this one's just open. And so that makes a difference when you just want to quickly pull this out and record something. And considering some of the cases I've used that recently, like an All American Rejects concert, pop-up concert, and even just like going about, because it even extends out too. When I go to my conference next time, the next conference I go to, I'm going to be bringing this. I think this is going to replace, even having a DJI Osmo Pocket, which I had with the company I was working with before. So going back into it, you have the Cordura, fabrics, that kind of thing. I haven't even taken that off yet. I'm excited. That's why I'm making this video. It's really just to share my excitement with you all. Fun fact, I actually do have a Substack. I might eventually move it to my main website, but for now it's kind of like a secret little blog about travel products like this. I'll probably make a post linking to this video, but I actually talk about one-bag travel, EDC, slings, and I just really wanted to kind of share that passion with you all on this channel, considering that this channel is about being multidisciplinary, having multiple passions. Travel and travel products is one of my passions. Getting to the main pocket here. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, but I think maybe it's because I was looking at one of the other Tomtoc slings. But you can honestly expand it out pretty far for the most part. So if you really need to stuff this with like a jacket, you probably could. There's a bit of give to it. And then there's nothing on the front side here, but On the inside, there's two stretchy, like, mesh pockets that you can put stuff in. Right behind there is an actual zip pocket that, in case you have a whole bunch of cords and power cables you want to put in there that you don't want jumbled around a whole bunch, you can put right there. I mean, for me, I might just put my actual GAN power charger with the cable in one of these pockets and call it a day, because all my other stuff that I need quick access to would be in the front pocket, like headphones. And then one of the biggest pieces is the tablet sleeve back here. And I'll get up again so I can show you. I should have had this ready, but I wasn't necessarily planning on making this video just yet. But essentially, you can squeeze the tablet right in there, and you can see, like, there's actually some space above the top here. This is an 11-inch tablet. It's a pretty big tablet. This is why I wanted to make this video, because there's not enough videos talking about this. This is one of the only horizontal slings that you can have that fits a tablet of this size so easily, among other stuff that I'm going to put in there too. And so this bag is pretty, like, versatile, and it's not that big. That was the issue. I didn't want to just have another one of these. The normal Tomtoc sling that people would probably use is the one that's about yay big, which is ever so slightly longer than these kind of bags. This is kind of like one of those Lululemon bags. And while it's great, and I love it, and I'm going to use it quite a bit, thank you, SanDisk, I need something that can hold my tech, particularly on a flight or when I'm traveling or at a conference. This would be great for having at a conference. I noticed that whenever I'm at a conference, I can't be carrying around a backpack. It's just not practical a lot of the time. Having a sling like this where I can pull out my tripod, pull out some recording equipment, some, the wireless mics. I need a bag that can carry all that. And while I have a vertical sling, I don't know where it is, but it's a bangy one. It doesn't really have space for my tablet. It's not really too versatile. It actually kind of wastes space with how its pockets are set up. Whereas I feel like with this bag, the way the pockets are set up, it doesn't waste space. And you can actually make use of pretty much all of the space because of how the pockets are set up. And so that's why I wanted to make this video for you today. Hopefully you like it. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and cheers.